Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network, and the presidential election has shown the rise of populist candidates like Trump and Sanders away from the mainstream traditional candidates like Clinton and Bush. Now, what do you think of this?
I don't like either of them, but I would rather much see someone that knows a true villain's heart. I vote for Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor? Okay, now the populist candidates have scared the stock markets around the world. Now, what do you see as the future of the world's economies because of this?
I'm sure the world will continue on because Batman will continue to fund everything.
Now, healthcare, national defense, and tax policy are the main issues at this time. What do you think about this?
My health is perfectly fine. Alice's is perfectly fine. Leave us out of it.
Now, who do you think will win, and why do you... Who would you like to win, and who do you think will win, and why?
Well, I told you I would like to see Lex Luthor win. It will probably be Donald Trump because, well, he's pretty much Lex Luthor anyway. He's just got more hair.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say?
Tell Batman to leave me alone.
So in closing, this is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network, taxing you! This is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network, with the presidential election showing the rise of populist candidates like Trump and Sanders away from the mainstream candidates like Clinton and Bush. What do you think of this?
I'm definitely voting for Harvey Dent.
Now, populist candidates have scared stock markets around the world. What do you think this will mean for the world's economies?
I think as long as there's chaos and anarchy, I think we'll be okay.
Now, healthcare, national defense, and tax policy seem to be the main issues. What do you think of this?
Who needs it?
Now, who do you think will win, and who would you like to win, and why?
Harvey Dent, all the way. I don't even have no particular reason. He just needs to win.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say?
Oh, dang, I don't know.
Any last minute things you'd like to say?
Yes, I find your lack of faith. Give me a second to figure this out.
Is there any last minute things you'd like to say?
Dang, sorry, man.
No?
I can't think of anything.
So in closing, this is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network saying, I'll be taxing you this election season. This is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network out with the presidential election. This is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network. And now that the presidential election has shown the rise of populist candidates like Trump and Sanders away from the mainstream candidates like Clinton and Bush. What do you think of this, Batman?
I think Sanders is going to win for sure, but he's so old. Hopefully he does win. Bush, he had fun in the office. He actually did bring the economy back up. And there's a lot of scandal because of him in the office, but it doesn't matter. He did a good job. And then Obama, same thing. People blame him for a lot of stuff, but the president before him did a lot of stuff. He got us into a war, and then this guy got us out of a war, and now the gas prices are what?
Now, the populist candidates have scared stock markets around the world. What do you think this will mean for the future of world economies?
Well, they opened up the gates to Iran, so that's why we're getting our gas prices cut in half. And then China's economy is crashing, and then that's going to scare a lot of people here in the States. So that's why they're trying to raise all the minimum wage to like $10. So McDonald's workers are going to get $10 now. And it was originally a student job, and now it's a career job. I don't know how the clown could do that. Oh, Joker, yeah.
Now, healthcare, national defense, and tax policy seem to be the main issues. What do you think of these?
Taxes, we're always going to get taxed. It doesn't matter. What we have to do is we have to make sure that we put our taxes to good use, and we're not doing that. That's why this country is falling apart. I mean, look at the concretes, look at the walls. Everything's falling apart here. The same thing that's going to happen to Russia is going to happen to the United States.
Okay. Now, Who would you like to win, and who do you think will win, and why?
And back again, Sanders, he's more logical than anybody else, but he doesn't have a lot of TV airtime. They're really cutting down on his talking about bringing the economy back up, putting jobs back out there. Didn't say about taxing the rich, but he said that if he does tax the rich, it's going to be where, you know, the money should go to education and also for the more retired folks and the military as well. I mean, the soldiers coming back, they don't have jobs and they're killing themselves, you know, how many a day? Like 10 a day or something like that. That's ridiculous. That's sad.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say?
Keep out of trouble or else I will fine you.
So in closing, this is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network saying, I am going to raise your taxes this election season. This is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network out with the news of the presidential election has shown the rise of populist candidates like Trump and Sanders away from the mainstream candidates like Clinton and Bush. What do you think of this?
I find it amazing that Colonel Sanders is running for president. I mean, KFC Tuesdays are probably going to be, or KFC Fridays. I can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing.
Now, populist candidates have scared stock markets around the world. What do you think this will do for the economies around the world?
Well, as long as the chimichanga prices do not rise in price, then it should be fine. Or better yet, we should switch everything to chimichangas. I mean, they're easy to make, they're delicious, and like, you know, who doesn't like chimichangas?
Now, healthcare, national defense, and tax policy are the main issues this season. What do you think of that?
I think they should get Tony Stark on that. I mean, like, have you seen his defense measures? They're amazing. All those shiny toys they got. I mean, they help defend the world from like alien attacks. So, yeah, that's more of a Tony Stark question to me. But
now, who would you like to win, and who do you think will win, and why?
I want Terry Crews to win. He was amazing in Idiocracy. I will totally vote for President Camacho.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say?
Go watch my movie.
Yeah. So in closing, this is Taxes from the Predatory Lending Network, reminding you that this season I will be raising your taxes.